Well, the power rankings roll on. Coming in at number 9, we've got Optic Gaming, another new team coming into the split. Some people, yes, they've got PowerofEvil, who's a great mid laner, but outside of that, I'm not sure this team has a whole lot going for them.
It seems like a lot of people are also giving a lot of credit to Arrow. And we're not discrediting anything Arrow's done. We know he's been MVP in that 2017 spring split. Yeah, it was a year ago now. And then last split, it wasn't good. Sure, he was on a team that was struggling in Phoenix 1. But, I mean, you can't argue that his laning has really gone downhill. And it's not so much Eric and I discrediting Arrow as a good AD carry. We know he can perform in team fights. We respect that, and we are aware of that. It's so more so when you add Lemonnation in that bot lane. And that's just a duo that's not going to be
doesn't help your laning.
No, it doesn't. So that's going to be a losing point on this map. It's going to mean that PowerofEvil has to do a lot in that mid lane to really keep things going. And then we just haven't seen enough consistency. And there's not a high enough ceiling on Zig and Akaadian to really carry this roster. So I just don't think there's enough overall talent on it. I do think they'll be falling behind quite early in a lot of these games.
Yeah, and Akaadian's a guy who, sure, he bursts on that scene in his first split, in spring split. He looked fantastic, as well as a lot of other domestic young junglers in NA. But summer split, yeah, he was definitely not consistent. And even when he was playing somewhat well, it wasn't nearly to the level he was in spring. So, I mean, he's going to be given a lot of attention to PowerofEvil because he is for sure the main carry on this team. But, I mean, other teams are going to know that. And with all these other mid laners in this league, there's going to be a lot of focus on the mid lane. And I think that's just too much to ask out of PoE to kind of dominate a lot of these games, because he didn't really do that on Misfits. Even when Misfits were playing fantastically to close out the EU LCS split and at Worlds, I mean, guys like Hans Sama and Maxlor and Ignar were playing fantastic. PowerofEvil was good, but he wasn't nearly the best player on that Misfits team. So it's a heavy task for him.
Yeah, he's a really consistent guy, but again, his thing isn't to really take over games and put the entire team on his back. And, you know, last year, signing a guy like PowerofEvil in North America would have been a huge splash signing, and it would put this team potentially over the top. But this year, you look at all the mid laners, and the competition's absurd. You got Bjergsen, Jensen, Fivavin, amongst all the NA guys that are already there, in Huhi, in Pobelter, and it's just like, okay, PowerofEvil's a great mid laner, but it's not like he's a huge step up over any of these other guys, if a step up at all. So you're really just kind of matching in the mid lane and then hoping that the rest of the roster can hold its own, which I don't think that it will. So yeah, PowerofEvil, great player, but I don't think that the advantage that he gains is going to be enough to help Optic out. So I do think with the bot lane struggling and with guys with potential that can disappear at times in Akaadian and Zig, I don't see it for Optic.
Yeah, Optic coming in at number 9 on our power rankings for the 2018 NA LCS Spring Split. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more esports content.